You know how there's just some days where you just know that something really bad is going to happen? I know the markets aren't selling off right now, although my Bitcoin prediction did fall perfectly. I will show you that. But when you have Bloomberg saying this is a Lehman Brothers moment, and how about a 1.5, not million, not billion, but a $1 trillion margin call? Where'd I leave my money? And what is happening with Russia and Europe? And I know, politicians are like, Russia will pay the price. Someone's going to be paying a $1.5 trillion price. And who's going to pay that price? The people, right? When you get your bill, your energy bill, you're like, that's a lot of money. And that's a lot of money that I don't have. So what are you going to do? You're going to light that pitchfork on fire and you're going to take to the streets. And also September, big month, also big year, also big 50 years. We have the Shemitah, we got the Jubilee, yay, no debt. And we have Rosh Hashanah, and we have what have happened in 1971. Well, let me just tell you, 50 years ago, to now, not good. Well, unless you like working really hard, like a 250% productivity increase, compensation not. I mean, basically, the whole world ended in 1971. Charts, I can go. Trade, income, gone. We went off of, we had this, what's Fred saying? Oh, yes, 50 years decline in wages. Well, that is because we went from real money, to not real money. We had a thing called the gold standard, right? You have to have so much real physical gold, otherwise you can't print your currency. Well, Tricky Dick decided, we don't need that. And from that day on, the hamster wheel be a cranking. It's also called WTF in 1971.com. If you want to check it out, both spouses working. I could just go on, and this page goes forever. Really interesting. I've used this before. What was this? Oh, yeah. Hey, how about some of these things? How about a new house for $25,000? That's great. Actually, my mom bought her house in California, Southern California, for $18,000. Unbelievable. Look at these things. How about, how would you like your rent to be $150? That would be great. How about food? Bacon, 80 cents per pound. I'm in Texas, y'all, in HEB. Got to support you Canadians, right? Oh boy, it jumped up a little bit. $13.38 a pound. So what we're witnessing, at the beginning, what we're witnessing is everything is about to break. See, the hamster wheel that we're spinning on, real hard. Well, the wheel's going to fall off. And also, just to let you know, endings usually end with a big bang. Like, everything's great, the roaring 20s, right? Woo, we're so rich, everything's so great. And then all of a sudden it goes from, it's amazing, it's great, to it's really bad. So now you are starting to witness the really bad. Europe's Lehman Brothers. Gotta love them. Lehman warning on energy prompts flurry of cash aid. Cue the burr. Because you won't be able to cue the fire because it's gonna be too expensive and it's too cold. Price jumps are increasing. Margin calls on power providers. Where'd I put that wallet? Multiple governments. See, the governments are like, we'll fix this. This is easy. And whenever a government tries to solve a problem, they will make it 10 times worse. You got a cold, lock them down. 2 weeks. Give everyone $10 trillion, problem solved. Oops, problem not solved. Are offering, credit lines, loans to help. Or how about if we just cancel everyone's debt? Yes, Jubilee, man. We'll start with student loan debt. $1 trillion, poof. Also, just to let you know, that is highly inflationary. They just destroyed over $1 trillion of money. Because if you followed this channel for long enough, you know that debt is money. And when you see politicians come out and say, this is the Inflation Reduction Act, usually everything's opposite. And also, if you got really confused, which I'm sure you did, you're like, wait, how is debt money? Well, let me first by saying, no, this is money, okay? It's real. You hold it, you can put it in your pocket. that's money. But we decided this really cool invention. Maynard Keynes, I was going to say Edward, but his name is Maynard Keynes, said, why don't we use debt as money? And I will explain it in under 10 seconds. Here we go. You walk into a bank that has no money in it. You're their first customer, and you're like, I want $1 million. They say, sure. Poof, 1 million. And they go onto their little computer and they say, oh, you owe us $1 million. And it goes right into your account. And if you want to know where they got that money from, nowhere. It just created right out of existence, or created right into existence. I know, crazy, right? And then it shows up as an asset to the bank and a liability to you, because you promised to pay over 30 years that money back with interest. That's money. Now, if for some reason they write it on a sheet of paper and it says 1 million, and you go take it to another bank and you deposit it, then that bank has $1 million, your bank $1 million, everyone has millions. It's like Oprah Winfrey, you got $1 million, you got it. Oh, well, except for the people that are getting margin. Oh, hold on. Margin call. Oopsies. $1.5 trillion. And we say these things like it's nothing, like 1 trillion. It's a lot. You couldn't even count to 1 billion if you tried right now for the rest of your life. It's that big. 1 trillion is unthinkable. But now we're just like, oh, it's a quadrillion. It's a mega trillion, whatever. Exchange requirements to secure trades is sucking up capital. When the Fed's tightening, oh, do I see a problem? Yes. We are going to have, here, hold on, a liquidity problem. We don't have any liquidity. We need what's called pristine collateral, and it's going poof right off the balance sheet. And if just by circumstance, you want to know what happened in '08, we ran out of liquidity. The banks are like, what do we do? They're looking around. You have capital? You have pristine cap? No bills, bonds? No. System locked up. Well, that is until the Fed goes, oh, let's use the keyboard and push in digits. And we're going to call them Chuck E. Cheese tokens, also known as the reserves. You want to know where they got those magical reserves? Right out of thin air. And it'll probably be the same method for the CBDC. They're like, they push digits. And they're like, look, we just created money. And actually, the money in the market today doesn't look so bad. NASDAQ only down 1%. Dow down 1%. Bitcoin, this is actually kind of money. The reason why I say that, and it's always frustrating. I've talked about Bitcoin for probably 5 years, maybe longer. I don't know. It's, when you get older and you're like, wow, that was 20 years ago. But I do remember my developer back in the day buying it for hundreds and then selling it for thousands. And I'm like, And I remember me buying it in the thousands. It was a couple $1,000, and I exited, it was at the top, but then Coinbase wouldn't let me exit because everyone was running to the exit at the same time. I got out a little bit in the 18, and then I think I got most out in the 17s, which now you're like, oh, you should have kept. Well, actually, now we're back to 18. Also, you almost had a confirmation on the MACD. Sorry. And poof, it's gone. Hey, look at my drawings. Perfectly spot on. I actually did this on the 4 hour, and I said Bitcoin's gonna break. Look at this weekend's video. I think it was Sunday. Was it Sunday? I'm like, we have hours left. Because, and also, my emails are like, why is Bitcoin dropping? It's because I told you. What you do is you just carry this line, okay? Again, rewind the tape. What is today? Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. Look at it. I said it's gonna go right there, and it's gonna, price target is right now. Or I said it's gonna go up, which it decided not to do. Actually, it looks like this is now on the 4 hour, some market order filled up there. Sorry about that. That was not confirmation. Oh my goodness. So what you do, you take this, see it looks like a triangle. You measure from top, yeah, right. Let me come down right there. Does that look more gooder for you? Okay. And then you take it right there and you overlay it, and there it is. Look at this. Oh my, if I zoom in, I don't know if you can see it. It is pixel perfect. And then if I zoom in even more, here, I'll even delete it to show you. Look, delete. Look at that line. Can you see that line? I told you, charts will predict what is going to happen, the future. So when I jump up and down and I tell you, hey, euro dollar inverted, we're going to have some trouble next year. That was probably December. We have, you name it. Everything not looking good for the future. Like, no, it's the roaring 20s. Also, for those of you that are currently holding crypto, this red line, this 18,864, you better hold that level, because it's going to cut through there all the way down. And I turned on a little indicator for you. There's no support. This is called the no support. See this red line? That's where it falls to. Not really that low, but it's 12K. I'll pull back a little bit more on that. I always say it VPVR. Am I saying that right? VRV. I said it wrong. VRVP. Sorry, that is the volume. It's volume weighted. Why is it VR? Maybe it's the volume range, volume profile. I don't know. I click buttons. But that is where people are coming in and buying, and they're selling, buying and selling, where they're hodling in that area. Also, let me turn off a lot of stuff. My swing trading lines, get rid of that one. I'll close that one out. I've been pretty spot on with crypto. If I have to toot my own horn. If you want to also know where this is super sloppy. This was a head and shoulders pattern. I think the shoulders, I was saying it's playing out down here in the 12K range. Now, again, I'm just like sloppily kind of guessing where the shoulder is on that down. Yeah, 13, 12, 13. And boy, oh boy, over the last 8 months, have I not just received the heat? You said that's impossible. Also, 65% off. If you want to learn how to do that, that's more technical. That's my CSU course. Start with my swing trading first. I get emails, which were in the comment section. Where do I start, Bravo? Start with the swing trade. You cannot swing trade crypto. I had to start a whole new course. So it is a lot of crypto, but you use it for everything. And I'm telling you, a lot of paper trading money will be made by clicking the sell button, that's shorting. It's going that way. Because when stories like this, like Zoltan, when this plays out, it's not going to be good, you guys. You're gonna need to learn this. This is what the new world order will look like after Europe's Minsky moment, where 2 trillion, I'll scroll down, 2 trillion of German value, depends on how much, 20 billion. And I say just put it on the credit card, make the people pay for it. Woke and broke. And looking at, there was one thing I wanted to show you. It was Apple. You guys thought I was an idiot when I shorted Apple on the channel, and I timestamped it. And you said the government will never, our governments, they'll never allow these kind of things to happen. I said, well, the charts are telling otherwise. I'm almost ready to finish up that's it. But I will be back to take some more money. So I told you, the 200, I said, that's where I'm gonna take half of it on that 172. The rest is gonna find support at that blue line at 151. And then we're going to renegotiate because I think it's going to come down, bounce, and then I'll put in another short. Want to know where that's going to be? Isn't that so wild how I'm talking future? I think it's probably, it might come up and touch the 200-day moving average, and then I could do it again. And if you wanted to know where that short came from, I turned on Lux Algo. Link in the description if you want those colors turning on. That white line right there. It looks like a wedge that's like, oh, like that. That's your price target. Right down there. And I know I sound crazy, right? Well, then you rewind or fast forward and you're like, dang, that's pretty good. And honestly, I don't know. I just follow the charts. I can't do the whole, I used to teach the other stuff like, price versus earnings, and look at this and look over here and look at their balance sheet and spend, hours combing through pages. And in my book, reading lines is a lot easier than trying to read words, as Putin pushed Europe into an inflationary depression and currency collapse. That's not good. But before this ever happened, before this all went to ink or went on the interwebs, the charts were telling you something bad is going to happen. And I'm telling you, something even more worser is going to happen. Like, we have just begun. This is the start. The roller coaster is just like, oop, here we go. Buckle up, Buttercup. And I've been telling you that people with a lot of money have been preparing. They not only prepare, and I'm not talking just, a few cans of food. I'm talking about land away from everyone, from the rich to whoever, because we know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna break, and it's breaking. And actually, what's really bad? When these guys try to find places in space. They're like, get me off this planet. But I also want, for those of you that remain on this planet, I need you to understand you can make a heck of a lot of paper trading money on the way down. And I think a lot of people missed it on the way up, because when it cleared that 200, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. But I think it just takes people time in their brains. It's like, well, I don't know about it, and then you're like, oh, dang it, I'm too late. And then I said, okay, this is what's going to happen. We're going to fall below the 200. That's when you learn where the short button is, okay? We make money on the way down, and then it's going to go back above the 200. And if you don't know how to do this, I know someone who can teach you. Man, 12 numbers that show that we're getting dangerously close to what? An economic crash. The fall of 2022 approaches. I wonder how many things I could count that are telling you this is going. No, we're going to bounce. Well, I thought today would be a bounce. That was crazy. We're on that 9, usually 10 times out of 10, the 9 count on the NASDAQ. We're like 9, 10, 11. There is like no relief. You have heard me say over and over again, what we are witnessing right now reminds me of 2008, and all remember what happened in the fall of 2008. Yep, we all fell. And this article sounds just like me. We appear to be on the precipice, I say that right, of another economic crash. Correct, check. And all of the solutions, that our leaders give us seem to make things even worse. Yep, correct, check. And looking at some of the 12, let's see how many of the 12 I agree. The government is telling us that unemployment went up by 3.7. I have to laugh. John Williams, I had long conversation with John. Good guy. He shadow stats. He crunches the numbers that they used to use, the same stats. Now they use different ones, like BLS, just remove the L, BS. About half of the U.S. companies say that they will be eliminating jobs. I see that could be a problem. The government is telling us that the inflation rate in the United States is only 8.5%. Always add a 1 to either side. Let's say stick it in front of the 8, so that would be more like 18%. At one company, the number of Americans taking out short-term loans for groceries has nearly doubled. Yep, my friend, we are all broke. 1 out of every 5 home sellers in the United States dropped their asking price. There goes the real estate bubble. But no, Bravo, the house is next to me. And about 20% lower this July. Yep, one recent survey found that almost 4 million Americans believe that they could be evicted from their homes. Will be, according to the National Energy Assistance Director. 20 million U.S. households are currently behind on their energy bills. Dow Jones Industrial Average has fallen for 3 weeks in a row. And then coming in at 12, a whopping 2,150 corporate executives sold all their shares. No, just follow the Fed. When they sell, you sell. When Elon sells, you sell. Then you need to know to sell, okay? You buy, you sell, and then you sell again because you're going to make money on the way down. But that article didn't even go over like all the other bazillions of things that it's all right in front of us. And I will tell you that politicians won't fix this. That they're not going to solve it. They're going to make it worse. And my only solution, and it's so stupid, I'm so sorry, sell a dumpster fire, move, trade equities. But whatever you do, do not fall into the trap of buying cardboard and holding it up saying, get him out of office. It's like you're on the Titanic, right? Take the life preserver. Let's all not complain about the captain of the ship, okay? They're not going to fix it. You are going to have to save yourself. Stop complaining, put in the work, start paddling, and I will see you tomorrow.